Alright, I think we are going to keep going. Let's go ahead and get to the All-Star break here. Again, after a phenomenal draft for both of us. And we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. You guys have actually been better this year. A little bit to my surprise. Edwin Diaz off to the Braves for 3 prospects. 94 overall. An extra year left on his deal. Nick Anderson to the Red Sox for 2 prospects. Yeimer Candelario to the Rays. So the Tigers actually didn't do that bad. They picked up an 85 and an 82 in the deal. Zach Collins from the Red Sox to the White Jesus. Teams are dealing left and right. Ahmed Rosario to the Rays. Rays are involved in a lot of moves here. Luis Severino to the Nationals for 2 prospects. And that brings us to the Futures game. I'm not as worried about the Futures game. And with that, let's see who made the All-Star game for each of the teams. Oh, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Shout out to Weddy Lufa. People getting Nick Andersons left and right. Guess I'd like to stop simming. Let's see who we got in the All-Star game. If there's more than one representative for each side. For the AL, we're looking for Expos. Arlo Ostrander has made the All-Star game. 28 saves, only 1 blown so far this year. Arlo Ostrander. On .94, holy hell. And a 3.84 FIP. Arlo Ostrander might win reliever of the year for you guys at this rate. Good lord. Any position players? The answer is no. So Arlo Ostrander, your representative, but he absolutely deserves it. On the NL side, good Lufa packing more stuff. On the NL side, Jarrett Gutu. I have 2 representatives already. Jarrett Gutu, though, and his amazing mustache, has made the All-Star game for me. 2.38 ERA, a 1.25 WHIP, and the 4.11 FIP. I'm shocked he made it. Alejandro Zepeda has made it. 19 saves, 4 blown, 2-3 record, a 1.05 WHIP, and a 4.23 FIP. So interesting, but I had 2 relievers make it. And in terms of position players, Bobby Jensen, 3 All-Stars from the Rockies. God damn, Bobby Jensen hitting .224. I guess that really shows how weak the NL is, that I had 3 All-Stars apparently, and we're not doing all that great. I'll take it. Let's keep going. So the AL wins the All-Star game. Let's see what we have here moving forward. Contract extensions, I don't even think I'm going to bother because it always glitches out. So let's just keep moving here. And the AI are very, very quiet. Matt Chapman to the Dodgers from the Diamondbacks for 2 prospects. Josh Naylor to the Mets. 86 overall at this stage. Tyler Glasnow to the Angels. Okay, so they all saved everything for deadline day. Is apparently what we're looking at here. So the Rockies right now at 31 and 72. The Expos at 35 and 67. So the Expos looking decent right now. I'll be happy with the #1 pick next year. Feel free to keep outperforming me right now. It'd be great. Although I did think I'd be further ahead than you guys. So with that, we're in September. The Rockies at 46 and 86. The Expos at 42 and 88. The Expos tanking at the right time. We will go to the postseason. Of course, we will auto-fix the rosters here. As the Rockies win 50 games. That might actually be the first time we've won 50 games. I don't remember. Of course, none of these minor league teams are going to make the playoffs. And with that, the Expos finish at 53 and 109. Matthew, I am on the Series X. 53 and 109, 59 and 103 for the Rockies. So the Rockies with a slightly better record this season. In terms of the playoffs, you have the White Sox and the A's. Winner plays Minnesota. Boston plays Seattle. And in the NL, it's Atlanta and San Diego, with the winner playing the Dodgers. Philly plays St. Louis. Let's take a look here first at your Expos and how this season lined up. We'll take a look at the player stats for your starters. So Marcus Thomas with a team-high 9 wins. He was 9 and 12. In terms of the ERAs there, I mean, you can see it's a little bit rough. I'll move myself back up here. Constantly having to bounce around, but not that ERA is the end-all be-all, but Henry Tanaka at 5 and 15 is your ace. A 3.76 ERA. A 3.06 ERA for James Shim. So a very good year for Shim. He's up to an 80. Shim is up to an 80. Not bad. Not bad at all. For your relief pitchers, of course, Dennis North was the only one to care about. Your 1.41 whip on the year. And Arlo Ostrander. Did he win reliever of the year? A 105 whip, 38 saves, only 38 Ks. It's pretty crazy. 4.62 FIP. That's not great. In terms of the catchers, Richard Pena up to an 83. Hit 224 on the season with 17 homers and 38 RBIs. 10 steals somehow. Richard Pena is the real deal. You also had Michael Chen. Hit 254 on the season. 16 homers, 49 RBIs. He's rocking a 74. Julian Chavez, a 263. 8 homers, 41 RBIs. 32 steals for Chavez, who cannot play shortstop, so that's real interesting. Third, Frank Jones up to a 78 after hitting 241. 15 dingers, 57 RBIs, 10 steals as well. Can't explain it. Humberto Quintana. It's actually pretty damn good for you guys. 263 average. 33 RBIs for the 65 overall. Tejera hit 194. Jesus. Tejera only hit 194. 25 home runs, 75 RBIs. So if he got a piece of the ball, it went far. But yikes for Tejera. And Frank Jones has no secondary positions. Corbin Carroll, your Rule 5 pickup, hit 260. 6 homers, 43 RBIs, 8 steals. He's up to an 81. Cameron Meisner, 230 on the year. He's up to a 78. 16 homers, 50 RBIs. And then right, Will Benson, hitting 206. He is an 82. 52 RBIs in the year, 13 steals. So all in all, not a bad year there. So you guys continue to improve. And for the Rockies, for my starters at least, it was the same 5 all year long. Not too bad. I mean, for Torres and McIntyre, sub-4 ERA. Anthony was just above it as my ace. Only one guy above a 5, and that was Donaldson. That's not too bad. 78 for Torres, McIntyre to 76, 81 for Anthony. In terms of relievers, none of these guys were mine, but the closers, Bucky Tate up to a 75, 7-5 on the year. Gutu a 76, Cepeda an 83, 23 saves on the year. Gonzalez an 81, McWilliams a 78. It's not bad. A 106 whip from Malcolm Gonzalez. For catchers, Alberto Hernandez hit 247. Now a 76 overall. 20 steals. I don't understand. It's like how running backs in Madden never seem to do anything. Or I should say scrambling quarterbacks never seem to do anything. Doesn't make any sense. Really doesn't. First base, of course, I didn't have. Bobby Jensen, up to an 81, only hit 227. Yeah. Will Shin behind him hit 223. 21, of course, 96 stealing, 76 stealing. Who had more steals? Bobby Jensen. Third base wasn't mine. Shortstop, Pena hit 224. Tyler Freeman hit 261. He's up to an 82. I love me some Tyler Freeman. In left, Seth Beer, 238, but he's an 85 now. 27 home runs, 69 RBIs. Kilpatrick, up to a 73. Kirkpatrick, a 73 as well, only played in 6 games. And in right, Kyle Tucker, up to an 83. Osuna at an 82, and Borden at a 78. Hit .405 in his 37 at-bats. James Borden is ready to rock for next year. So both teams are looking pretty good. Still haven't rounded the corner yet at this stage. In terms of the awards, AL MVP, Gleyber Torres. We'll move back down this way. Gleyber Torres wins AL MVP. For the Twins, the NL MVP was Chris Sale. Chris Sale. Cy Young to Chris Paddock in Boston. 2.52 ERA. In the NL, it was Chris Sale. No surprise. 275 strikeouts. Jesus Christ. Batting title to Gleyber Torres. Man, the Twins are apparently dominant. J.P. Crawford, 249 average. Good God. Some road to the show shit right there. Reliever of the year, Edwin Diaz. In the NL, in the AL, it is Ty Buttrey. So shockingly, your closer wasn't up there. 57 saves, though, for Buttrey is nuts. God damn. See, Rookie of the Year in the NL, William Bach. De La Rosa, Roederer were up there as well. And in the AL, Pedro Mateo beat out Pablo Franco. 28 home runs for the rookie. Hank Aaron awards to Gleyber Torres and Christian Yelich. So with that, let's see who wins the World Series this year. And the answer is the Philadelphia Phillies beating the Twins in the World Series. The Phillies win it. They swept Minnesota. Poor Seattle just can't get to the World Series. Philadelphia wins it all. And to take a look at Philly at this stage, led by Cody Bellinger, Bryce Harper, Jose Barrios, Alec Baum, JT Realmuto, Conforto, Hoskins, Tim Anderson. I mean, that is a god squad. Brits, I'd probably wait for the space pack. It's better than the headliners. You get more of a guarantee. Jesus, that Philly, they swept everyone. Okay, there you go then. I mean, they dominated. That is a crazy, crazy team. So with that, we go to another offseason. A couple of contracts are up and such. Again, you guys get preferential treatment. Neither of us lose any drafted players. Do we have any Hall of Famers? We do not in 2025. So, for Montreal, you have no free agents to worry about. You do need a third base coach. Which, oh, Sparky Anderson, what a name. Third base coach. William Gonzalez is your best bet right now to have no minuses. Yeah, it's not even really a competition or a consideration. Have you guys sign William Gonzalez. Unless you want the meme pick of Monty Mudd or Sparky Anderson. But your best bet to not have a minus is William Gonzalez. So we'll likely go with that. And for the Rockies, I need a new manager. Again. Hello, Juan Bayer. How are you? Would you like all the money to come? Ooh, Killian Hooley. That's bunting, though. Yeah, no, I'll take Juan Bayer. Holy shit. Would you like all the money? Please have all the money. All of it. He's 65, which blows. But who knows if he'll retire anytime soon. Who knows? I think we're good. You guys already have the meme pick of Terry Bradshaw. You gotta leave the memes be. So with that, we are good to move forward. Bayer is on as Rockies manager. Gonzalez on as Expos third base coach. So with that, we get to another very important offseason for each team, to say the least. So on the 40, man, you're not really at risk of losing anybody. When it comes to arbitration, Benson is obviously yours. Drop it down to 3. And we'll go 1.8. We'll also offer arbitration. at 1.8. You guys are obviously not going to lose Benson. Tanaka as well. Let's go 3 years at 2.9 rather than $9 million a year. Good Lord, could you imagine? We will drop him down. The fact he's 27 already is crazy. Give him the max offer there of 3.1. Arbitration will go 2.9. Just to get Mr. Tanaka back. Beautiful. And Meisner. 3 years at 2.2. And we'll see if he accepts that. Go with arbitration. And if I get in a Mariners jersey, I should get, Lewis. Clearly. Or go old school and get a Richie Sexton. Alright, in terms of tendering contracts, in right, Valentine is yours. Sign him up. In center, Corbin Carroll. Just offer him that. Who'd you say first? I said Mr. Lewis, man. You gotta go. Actually, that's right now. Who am I thinking of? I'm not thinking of Royce Lewis. He's on the fucking Twins. Who am I thinking of? Jesus. Who am I thinking of? Oh, Seattle. You're killing me. How the hell did I confuse fucking Royce Lewis with Kyle Lewis? I blew it. I blew it, chat. I blew it. Let's see. Tejera. Just sign him to what he wants. Jernigan's not yours. Nor is Garcia. And left, Salvatore Armas. Needs a deal. Thought about that. Gonna be throwing me off a little. Hey. It's only a suggestion, right? Carroll, Tejera, no Meisner, no Perez. Armas, no Quintana. Shortstop. Well, Derek Ramirez is likely to be your Major League shortstop next year. Again, you're not in desperate need of a shortstop, but getting someone who could compete with him would have been great. Sign Jones. Second base, Chavez or Carvajal. Alright, Ichiro was a kid. Solid jersey. I miss Ichiro. Sign Lucas Ashley, who just never made it. Lucas Ashley, for whatever reason, has just never made it. And then Richard Pena, go ahead and sign him. The other catcher would be Delgado, who doesn't need to be signed. For closers, Ostrander. I don't know what that money total would be, but hopefully he'll sign that. Cortez is also yours, as is Salazar. For relievers, Dennis North. Got Davis. Who's Davis? And then no Hidalgo, because you just drafted him. And then for starters, Vela. Priester. Got Napoleon Silk. Marcus Thomas. Carmen Chavez. William Rich. Duncan Ponce. Tom Bowers. John Sisk. Anthony Mitchell is also yours. Alright, cool. So that'll pretty much do it then. For the Expos, again, you're not really in danger of losing anybody. Nor am I from the looks of it. So for the Rockies, Seth Beer. Seth Beer. Offer you arbitration at 1.7. We have reached the point now where we are starting to pay some of our dudes. Alejandro Zepeda. Drop you down to like 2.3. Whoops. Stupid. 2.3. He was starting to get upset. Up to 2.3. Just hate how it takes a while to scroll and then it just zooms up. Bobby Jensen. Try to go 2.8 for one Bobby Jensen. Let's see what we got. Cedeno. 2.8 is a bit of an overpayment, but we'll do it. Hate moments where you have to hit homer. Me too. They're a nightmare. They are a nightmare. Let's see, Ryan McIntyre. Definitely need to save some money here. In the long term. Arbitration at 3.5. And Tommy Kilpatrick. I know if you're worth 2.2, but do what I gotta do to keep this team together for the moment. Okay, cool. That's that. In terms of tendering the contracts, definitely need to sign James Borden. It's not even a conversation. Johnny Francisco, I wish you were mine. Let's see, Joey McKenna, Trimble, just kind of garbage. Kirkpatrick, sign you up. Shortstop, Tyler Freeman. Very happy to still have you on the team. Andreas Pena. Bring you back as well. Third base, I got nobody. Second base, Will Shin and Cam Ramos. First base, Hank Mansfield. He's my only other first baseman prior to this draft. And then Hernandez and Dwayne Burns. Closers, we have Malcolm Gonzalez, Bucky Tate, Daniel Yamamoto. Just save me some money there. Tim Gross is mine. From there we have Jose Guerra. Called Hunch, I don't think is going to make it. Tom Chung, who I just drafted. Spencer Batson is mine. Robert Staples is mine. Save some money there. Lions, also mine. Lee Pedroza, Ruiz, Hepburn, and Salgado is not. All right, cool. That is rosters pretty much set then. We just need to wait to see who's going to re-sign. Hopefully it's not that bad. As Dustin May goes to the Rangers, 7 years, $30 million a year. He's a 95 at this stage. Sean Murphy to the White Sox for nearly $31 million a year as a 93 overall. Tony, take it easy, buddy. We'll catch you later. Yordan Alvarez, $31 million a year for 8 years, 96 overall, 28 years old, to the Kansas City Royals. Good Lord. Will Smith goes to Oakland, so he stays in California. Big deal for him. David Peterson to the Rays. Yankees sign Mr. Luzardo, $31 million a year. Good Lord. Miguel Sano to Cleveland. Willie Castro to the Cubs. Gratterall to the Brewers. Foster to the Yankees. Urquidy to the Giants. Big trade there. Luke Voigt on the move to the Angels. Brian Anderson to the Giants. Justice Sheffield to the Royals. Man, the Royals are spending big money. Cody Stashak to the Brewers. Edwin Rios to the Twins. A lot of teams spending big money. Devin Williams to the Texas Rangers as well. Munoz to the Diamondbacks. Jared Walsh signs and immediately gets traded to the Red Sox. You gotta love it. Mainly for Teoscar Hernandez. Slegers, man, the Nationals spending some money too. Kevin Biggio to the Phillies. Big deal for him. Freddie Peralta. Michael Conforto. Also on the move. So really quickly, with this roster, because yeah, we're going to have too many people. I know that I'm going to need to go ahead and cut Garrett Gross Chung. The only ones I shouldn't cut. Just to make sure we all have the roster spots to sign Who we got to sign? Gotta make room. I don't think Richard Pena is yours. Richard Pena is. North, Davis, and Hidalgo are the ones to avoid. Alright, cool. So we should be fine. So for you right now, it's just Will Benson who's holding out. Doesn't look like you have any major players that are holding out other than that. So just waiting to hear from Benson. For myself, we're also good. Contracts are set. Nobody to worry about at this stage. So we should be able to get to the Rule 5 here somewhat soon to end tonight on a bit of a bang. We'll get to 2 drafts tonight, which I'm pretty happy about. It's open now in chat. Rule 5 if you want to make the pick. See, you got David Dahl to the Royals as well. I don't know how the hell they can afford him at this point. Oh boy, come on, Benson. Just sign. Logan Webb to the Dodgers. Brady Singer on the move. Robert to the D-backs, as well as Bo Bichette. Holy hell. Like, the entire landscape of the league is so drastically different. The Braves throwing out big money all of a sudden. Some massive, massive moves. And it's a done deal. You guys got everybody you need. Let's get to this Rule 5. Grandal to the Brewers. Man, there are some teams that are just spending like crazy. Jock Peterson gets traded to the Cards. Josh Naylor to the Blue Jays. And with that, we have arrived. It is the Rule 5. The first pick to the Expos. The 4th pick to the Rockies. Interesting. So again, if you have entered the raffle, I'm going to run through every single player that is available here. So that way you should know exactly who you want once we get to it. Alright? So for catchers, you don't really need any because you have Richard Pena. But technically Anthony Siegler is there. Mario Feliciano, also not a bad pick. Julio Ramirez. There are some decent catchers available if you wanted a different backup other than Delgado. First baseman. Richard Massey is probably your best bet. 26B and a 74. Not that many good first basemen. You guys do have Chen, but a backup first baseman wouldn't hurt. Second base, Frank Ramirez, who can play shortstop. Frank Ramirez is available. Third base, you have Reese Hines, who cannot play shortstop, but 24B and a 78. You also have Josh Sims and Chauncey Lyle. Lyle cannot play shortstop, nor can Sims. Jose Maraville cannot play shortstop, nor can Pablo Rosado. Kevin Maitan very much can, but 25 being a 74. Definitely defense first. So do I even need to give away the pick? Do I even need to give away the pick? I think it's pretty obvious who you guys are going for. Have a hunch Eduardo Garcia is going to be an Expo. I have a hunch. I have a hunch. In left, nobody that's that, all that great. In center, you do have Alec Thomas. Not that bad. Helio Ramos is there as well. And in right, Deshaun Knowles as a decent option. For pitchers, Josiah Gray isn't that bad. Braxton Ashcraft there for the second year in a row. For relievers, nobody great. But for closers, you do have Manuel Gonzalez. Played on the Twins this year, not that bad. So with that, the pick belongs to Brits. Brits, congratulations. You've had a hell of a night. The #1 overall pick. And now you got this selection here in the Rule 5. What a night for Brits. Incredible. Incredible for Brits. Well, Brits, what are you going to do? Shall I just go over to shortstop now and go to Eduardo Garcia? And indeed, he goes for it. So you guys, it happened a year later, but you get your extra shortstop depth alongside Derek Garcia, or alongside Derek Ramirez. It is Eduardo Garcia added to this team. No picks from KC or Detroit. Interesting. Interesting. So for pitchers, I mean Gray or Ashcraft. Ashcraft is the best option based off of age, potential, and overall. All right, I'd say there's like 3 pitchers I want. Interesting. Catching wise, I definitely don't need Siegler anymore. Yeah, Gore has no secondary position. Hernandez could play first. I mean, Hernandez is a backup first baseman. Eh. I think I know where I'm at. There are plenty of position players I could use. Including a natural third baseman, but it's not the most important thing. You guys have a slightly better rotation than I do. So I think that forces me into selecting Braxton Ashcraft as my first pick here. I'm going to go with my pitcher, where you guys went for your position player. You guys have no choice but to select a pitcher in the next round. Anyway, I'm going to go for Ashcraft here with this pick. And a lot of good players just went off the board. Flores, who I was looking at. Gonzalez was the other pitcher that I wanted. But I had to go for the starter over the closer. Alright, with that, the Expos are up. And the pick belongs to the dude Enoch, who has a chance to avenge himself from earlier. If he wants to. An incredible amount of consistency here. It absolutely picked the same dude. It picked the same 2 that it picked at the start of the last draft. That's hilarious. So again, you have to choose a starter or a reliever. Your best option, Josiah Gray for starters, 26B and a 78. In terms of anybody else, I don't think anybody else is really going to hit the mark that you have there. Yeah, no one else is going to hit the mark. And then in terms of relievers, you do have Rod Hennessy. Maybe even Luther Duke. Kind of slim pickings. Slim pickings. You are limited to pretty much those options. So, ideally you'd take the reliever. You have a bigger need for that. But there's no denying that the starter is better. So do you take the best available or do you draft for need? It's funny how that shows up again. It's funny how that shows up again. I just want to see if it'll go 3 for 3. Sure. I picked Bagel this time, so it didn't go in order. It did not go in order. Bagel, that was just a test. I know you're feeling yourself right now. Dude, what are you thinking, buddy? You can pick the best available or you can draft for need. It's pretty much... Wait, look at the A potential guy. I mean, there's no reason to. These guys aren't going to develop. I mean, JJ Goss, maybe. But there's a reason why I pointed out the other guys. 24A and a 69 versus 26B and a 78. I mean, Goss, at best, ends up like Josiah Gray by the time he's 26. And even that's doubtful. So, his gut says Hennessy. It's fair, he is a year younger than Duke. Has a four-seam, a slider, and a sinker. Whereas Luther Duke has a four-seam, a changeup, and a sinker. The Virginia man against the Pennsylvanian man. To Mr. Dude, what are you thinking? What will it be, dude? What will it be? He's going for Hennessy. Rod Hennessy. Added to the Montreal roster. You guys have done a pretty good job of adding options in the bullpen. Rod Hennessy to the Expos. Infinite Hunger. Dropping the gifted sub. You'd love to see that. Thank you, buddy. Enjoy those lovely emotes, Brits. For me, I mean, again, Anthony Siegler is an option, but I don't really need a catcher. I'm going to back up first baseman, but I have a backup catcher for that. Frank Ramirez is pretty good. But honestly, I think Reese, just for the fact that I'll have an actual natural third baseman. 24 being a 78 is tough to beat. I don't think anybody does. So the guy that I wanted as well is still there. We're going to take Hines, or Hins, whatever it may be, with this pick so that I can get a natural third baseman. Reese Hins. Welcome to the Rockies. And with that, we are done with the Rule 5. That way we don't overexploit, because otherwise we very, very much could. You can tell by the players that are out there. So from there, it'll be a matter of setting up the rosters. Denilson Lamet off to the Red Sox. Keston Hiura to the Pirates. Arias to the Pirates as well. Liam Hendricks to Minnesota. And we are good to move to spring training. So what I want to check here at the start of spring training, of course, we got a lot to do in terms of setting up the rosters. Let's take a look at the top prospects list heading into the season. And for the Rockies, at number 8, James Borden. James Borden is there. You'll love to see that. As well, freshly drafted, and ahead of the man who went number 1, it's Andreas Marte at 21, Eric Carvajal at 28. But Carvajal is a top 50 prospect already. Braxton Ashcraft, my Rule 5 pickup, is at 36. Salvatore Armas, your number 1 pick last year, is at 37. And Tom Bowers at 47. So pretty damn even split there. Both teams well represented in terms of top prospects.